The League of Women Voters held another forum on Friday, October 21st to discuss question 4, which would legalize marijuana for individuals at least 21 years old. Here's Derek Reisner with a look at the discussion.
The League of Women Voters Friday Forum highlighted question 4 on this year's ballot for November 8th, which would legalize and regulate recreational marijuana, also referred to as cannabis. Dr. Timothy Muir MacDonald, director of Needham Public Health, was asked to give an overview of the ballot question. He explained that the charge that voters have is to determine whether legalizing recreational marijuana strikes the best balance for the state and local community.
Consider how you balance personal freedom for someone to enjoy a marijuana edible in the privacy of their own home versus the community impact of the decision to legalize commercial marijuana. The second consideration, this ballot question is focused on changing defaults. One of the main points is that there is local control, but the local control is an opt-out. The marijuana ballot question would allow towns like Needham to hold a special election, and if there was a majority vote, they would be allowed to not have a marijuana dispensary in their community, a commercial marijuana dispensary in their community. The final one is to try to think about the benefits and costs, both economic and social, and the individual versus the communal, and how you balance between the two. There's no right answer to this question. It's all about sort of how you feel and how you assess the topic.
A speaker from both the Yes and No campaign were also invited to give a presentation and then participated in a question and answer debate. The main points of contention between the two sides centers around the potential dangers of marijuana and the state's ability to regulate it.
Right now, there are no regulations in place. Nothing. This will create regulation. What's safer? No regulation or regulation?
I respectfully disagree with you. Marijuana is tightly regulated right now, tightly controlled with the laws that we have in place. We will have the loosest marijuana law in the country if this passes.
So Heidi showed you a slide talking about this isn't the same marijuana that people smoked in the 60s and 70s. We don't know what people are smoking because they're getting it from drug dealers. This will require strict packaging and regulation that doesn't exist right now.
So I would say that packaging in Colorado, anytime the public wants to do anything to rein in what's happening with their packaging or their potency, the industry has fought it to the nines. It has been very expensive, and it is with no resources on the other side.
Voters will get their chance to voice their opinion on November 8th. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Derek Reisner.